Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Subsistence Land. I'm just sort of kind of looking outside. Well, you know, we're doing it anyways. Today's plan is loot and log. We need to loot and log. But before we go, okay, there's a few things that we need to discuss. And I'm basically, it's sort of oh my god, that's what I thought was going to happen. I do so dislike looting and logging in bad weather. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, you know what? I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember exactly where the rogue camps were. Wasn't one like over here somewhere? And another one was somewhere, I don't remember where. Maybe, oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, it's just up the hill. That's right. So yeah, we want to avoid this little area here. I'll probably just, we'll probably just go this way. Maybe we'll just zip through here and around the back and then come down into the forest and do some logging down there perhaps. Maybe there's rogues over there that I don't remember. That's fine. If we bump into them, then I guess we'll just deal with it. I should have checked the footage from the last episode. Anyways, that's not what I wanted to talk about. First of all, let's make sure that we're in good shape. We are in reasonable condition. Our bullet count is good. Our arrow count is good. Everything else is. I think we're in good shape. The only thing I could do is perhaps. Oh, our power must have hit max. It did. Okay. The only thing I should do is reload you, and then also grab another shotgun shell, just so we have, you know, it pairs. I'm going to keep carrying around the insect repellent, just in case for some strange reason. I've run into a beehive, even though it's not summer yet. But one interesting thing is, it came out of this whole BCU thing. Let me just look in here first, and then we'll just figure out. Not you. Not you. Okay. Oh man, I got jammed on the workbench. Okay, there we go. What I want to look at is BCU range extender. Oh, it's not terrible. It's a bit of power and mass, a board, some scrap, and an ingot. Okay. Now, the other thing is we have 100 mass kicking around. Let us make use of the mass that we have, and let's make some glass panels. There we go. All right, and it's a little bit quiet. There we go. Probably going to regret turning that up. Okay, and let's turn you on, because I did just burn a bunch of power. Yeah, there's a little bit of fuel left in the generators. It'll be fine. Okay, what are we dealing with over here? Anything? Oh, it's pretty quiet. I mean, it's not quiet as in it's really noisy because of the rain, but it's quiet otherwise. Okay. All right, so let's head on out and let's not dilly-dally. And let's talk about what I was hinting at earlier. So here's the thing. So I basically in the last one. Oh, hey chicken. I was discussing, you know, like the thoughts on the plan for moving across the map, how I was going to do that, what the plan is for that. Hey bear, don't mind me, just going to grab this. And then we're going to go like this. Run! We need scrap! Let's just boogie on out of here. I could go get that medicinal crate that's over there, but I'm not going to do it. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, we're good on that front. I think I piqued the interest of that wolf too, but you know, the problem is that in this weather, hearing the wolf and the bear and all that sort of business, it's super difficult because of the wind and all of that stuff. Anyways, the BCU extender. Why was I looking at the BCU extender? Well, there was a lot of really good comments regarding my plan about how I was going to basically relocate my primary base to the new location, right? If I picked another location on the map and I wanted to build a base there and make it my primary, and have this one just as like a secondary backup base, or just like a, you know, I think someone put it as a vacation home. I like that, and that's pretty cool. How would I go about doing it? Well, that is a really good question, and as I say, I had a bit of a plan that I'd put forward. Oh, hey, bear. And it's doable, but there are some flaws, and one person came up with a slightly different method of transitioning BCU, primary BCU, from one base to the other. And I thought it was pretty good. And it just simply, you know, you just put the new BCU in the new base, right? And then you come back over here, you put another BCU in this base in the middle, and then you delete the old BCU, right? So now the one that's in that base over here is newer than the one that's over in the far side. There's a bit of a hiccup. Well, there's actually more than one hiccup, as people quite rightly pointed out. And one of the reasons why I thought it was a good idea to perhaps talk about it and share the plan a little bit was because, it's what I've come up with, and I'm sure there are other ways of handling these things, better ways, right? Do I want to get ores? Oh, I suppose I should. So one of the problems is that my base is filled with BCUs. Now, it's got 3 of them. So my current base has 3 BCUs, all of which are... Okay. What are you? 160. Is that a deer? Huh. We'll find out in a second. Oh, no. It's a bear. A level 2 black bear has 160... You know what? I never noticed that a level 2 black bear has 160 hit points. Don't know why I didn't know that. That should not come as a mystery. Anyways. Right. Discussion. Right. Topic. Oh, no. Get on point. Yes, sir. Will do. Right away. I am at your command. So here's the thing. There is a few... right. If I put if I do that other plan, basically put the BCU, new boost BCU over there. Basically, if I delete one BCU from here, it's still got 2 BCUs that are older and have been around longer than the new one. And so, yeah, that is a little bit of a hiccup. Come here. Come here. I'm going to get him after. Rainy locked crate. Okay. I did remember the lockpick, didn't I? I guess I did. Oh, hey, not bad. We got 3. Oh, this is kind of nice. These are nice. The scrap is not bad. The 44 rounds are nice, too. That's not a bad little locked crate. Here, we're going to get this first, too. So yeah, there's a problem in that I have 3 BCUs. Now, why do I have 3 BCUs? Like, most people kind of know the answer to that question. They're because they've, and if you've played the game for a little while, you would understand why I have that many BCUs. But let's just pretend that, or let's say for those that don't know, the reason why is because when I built that base, the only way to extend the bubble... Could have sworn I saw a 2-legger. A walker. An upright walker. Otherwise known as a hunter. Alright, let's just not worry about it. Let's keep going. When I built my base, there is a device that's called a BCU extender, right? And so the idea is that, and that's what I was looking at in the BCU. So the idea is, I don't need potassium, is that, you put down a BCU, and if you want to push out the scope of your bubble, the blue bubble, you would build BCU extenders from the BCU, your existing BCU, and then place them around inside. I believe the extender you actually have to place inside your existing bubble, and then it'll form a new lobe, extension outside. I'm not 100% sure about that. Whoa! I don't know where he was, and I couldn't hear him because of the rain, and I'm just gonna... There he is, right there. Okay. How's my inventory? Yeah, it's not great. Let's just keep going. So the... Right, okay. I don't know anything about about using the BCU extender. I know it from an academic point of view, as in I know what it does, I know its purpose, I know generally, you know, that what its intention is, so to speak. Let's wash our hands, and then we'll go get that crate that's up the hill there. And then we're going to come back and do some logging. I think that's a good plan. Maybe, yeah, let's do a little looting right around in the valley here, and then we'll go get logs. Yeah, I understand the BCU extender from an academic point of view, but I don't understand it from a practical point of view. I've never used one. I see you, Wolf. I've never used one, so yeah, it's a bit of a black box for me, and I think it might be useful to maybe convert my existing base over to use BCU extenders instead of the triple BCUs. So I should rewind a little bit. The reason why I have 3 BCUs is because when I built my base, there were no BCU extenders, and the way that you extended your bubble was you placed BCUs around your basically you placed a BCU such that a second BCU such that its bubble overlapped your current BCU bubble, and holy crap, look at that. That's a lot of ores. That's a lot of ore. You placed the secondary BCUs so that their bubble overlapped with the existing BCU, and then it would extend the range of your existing BCU. The secondary BCUs would not generate additional power, although there was some kind of some bugs around that through history. But basically, the intention is that they don't generate power. They're just basically the central BCU is the main one, and then the other ones are only supposed to exist to extend the bubble. You can craft, I believe, if I remember correctly, from a secondary BCU. It uses the power from the main base. It's just the main base power is like and mass is a pool from which either the primary or the secondary BCU will. I heard you, Bear. Will yeah, he's still behind me. There he is, right there. The secondary BCU, it really is just another BCU in all intents and purposes, except that it doesn't generate power or mass. It doesn't do things that your primary BCU does. It just extends the range. In fact, it used to be kind of annoying to have multiple BCUs, because it used to be that there goes the deer. It used to be that each BCU that you put down would provide the marker. See that marker right there? It's a BCU marker, right? And it basically tells you what direction your BCU is in. But when you had multiple BCUs, it would give you 3 markers. And yeah, it was a bit messy. It was a bit cluttered looking. So that was kind of an irritant. And Cold Games, thankfully, that is worrisome. Do you hear any chopping? Any footsteps? Oh, he zigged. Let's get this wolf. I knew that was going to happen. All right, you know what? Let's just boogie on out of here. Let's start getting wood. I'm not really comfortable with the fact that that wolf had was low on hit points. That means that he got into a fight with somebody, presumably a hunter. And I don't remember where the hunters are down here because I don't remember where they were. And I could be like standing right next to them and not realize it. So, yeah. It's one of those situations. Anyways, at some point, right, so they used to have 3 BCU markers, and at one point the game was changed so that you could disable the BCU marker on a BCU. So there's a little toggle in there saying, don't show the marker. And that way you could just simply, just leave it on for one of them, and then you only had one marker, and everybody was happy, and everybody wins. When the BCU extenders were brought in, Cold Games, being the awesome dude that he is, did not make the old method of BCU extension. He grandfathered it in, so you couldn't do it anymore. You're no longer able to place a new BCU within the range of an existing BCU. But he didn't break the existing BCUs, so he didn't break the bases for people that had used BCUs to extend their base bubble. So he's cool that way. He's a good dude. And so anyways, the problem is that I have a base with 3 BCUs. That's basically what it boils down to. That's why I have a base with 3 BCUs, because there didn't used to be basic BCU extenders. So yeah, I did it the old way, which is the old, using multiple BCUs. So the point is, when it comes time in the future to retire the primary BCU in my other base, I actually have 3 BCUs that could be considered primary, given that any new BCU that I built and put somewhere else on the map would be the 4th BCU that I created. You get the point, right? So, yeah, it's a bit of a pickle. And so one way around it would be, I think I explained the method, by the way, that was described for how to transition from one base to the other. So basically, put a new BCU up in the new base, and then come back, place a new. I think I just said it. I'll just reiterate it though. Place a new BCU in the existing old original base, destroy the once primary BCU in the old base, and then the new BCU becomes the last BCU you created, and therefore it shouldn't be the primary. Blah blah blah. By the way, there's another big problem that I'm not even talking about yet. We'll get to it. So yeah, one way we could work around the whole I have too many BCUs problem is to basically just redo my base with the range extenders and be done with it. And I might just do that because I like I said before, I understand them from an academic point of view. I don't understand them from a practical point of view. I've never messed with them. I don't know how they're supposed to work. And so, yeah, if I really should, if I'm going to start, using them. So it's as good a time as any to do it now. I don't see any reason, I can't think of any reason why I shouldn't just convert my existing base to use BCU extenders, right? I think it's fine. Now, it's not cheap. I mean, the cheapest thing to do is to do nothing, right? I have currently a base that's, it does what it's supposed to do, right? It's got the range, it's got everything. But just for, as I say, for practical test purposes, I think I'm gonna plan to do that. I'm gonna add I'm gonna add BCU extenders to my base. So that's something that I want to do. And yeah, we're gonna do that sooner rather than later. We're going to get out of that bear's way first, though. Okay. I think we're out of his range. Yeah, sooner rather than later, we're going to do that. First, though, I need to cook glass and make panels and maybe do a bit more glass work. That's kind of what I really want to do. It's why I did the big dive in the last one. It's just so that I can get a little bit more glass work done. But what I'd also like to do is make at least a couple of range extenders. Now, here's the thing about the range extenders. Like I said, I don't know how they work, so I'm guessing that they don't have you need to place them inside the existing BCU bubble. I think they might operate. This is based on some stuff that I've heard. I think they operate. You have to like put them inside the bubble, and then they will extend that bubble that you put them inside. Kind of makes sense if that's the way it works. I don't really see why you wouldn't. Now, I kind of like the way the old BCU sort of worked, but I can see why it wouldn't be that way. I can see why you wouldn't place it, because you have to be allowed to place a BCU extender down. Like, there's probably restrictions on where you can put down a BCU extender. And really the simplest restriction there is inside, just like any other item that takes power, like a refinery or any, what have you, any of that kind of stuff. I heard you. Just mind your own business. Like any other item, I imagine it would make sense that you would basically just make it a requirement that you place it inside the bubble. I think that's probably how it's done, because that's the simple solution. It's and simple's best. Like when keeping things simple and not having exceptions and all this other stuff, like except in this case or this, no, that's a mess, and it leads to like fragile code, right? Like code that basically fails. If you keep the rules simple, then it's really easy for stuff to work correctly. So I think that's probably true. Oh, really? My goodness. Papa needs some biofuel. Oh, I was worried there for a minute that I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember the arrow damage for this bow, but it's and it did it again here. It's the steaks. Why not? We got the liver. Livers are good. I mean, I can make liver and onions, so we got the onions. So that's not a bad thing. All right. Let's take a look around. Whoa! Oh, wow. That was twitchy. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to mention it. Right, so that's the BCU problem. It was a bit convoluted and weird, my little discussion there. I went all over the place with it, but hopefully it makes sense. The other big problem, and this is an even bigger one. All right, for this problem, you have to understand a little bit about subsistence history. Back in the old days, people used to build things called BCU decoy bases. Okay? Now, I've never done it because I don't know if you've noticed this, but I know about a number of different little tricks you can do with the game and stuff like that, but I've never really been one for employing them, the tricks, I mean, right? I tend to try, for my game series, for my YouTube series at least, I try to play the game straight up in the manner in which it was intended to be played. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Puritan. I don't do it because it's the only way. No. It's because it's simple. If I play it the way that I think that it is, to my best, understanding, it should be played, then generally the habits and the methods and the things that I do in the game can be a little bit more timeless. And what I mean by that is, oh hey, did you see that? There's a rogue camp over there. What I mean by timeless is generally the basic concepts will be true now and in the future. Now, of course, it's not perfect. Things change. The game evolves, right? Did I wash my hands? I can't remember if I did. Here, well, let's do a bit of hand washing. Actually, let's get that. Nope, my hands are clean. Oh, I did it up at... Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the point. It's just, it sort of forgoes questions, right? Like, why did you do it this way? Why did you do it? Well, I can just, this is the way I think the game is intended to be played. And so there, that answers that. It's not out of any, purity or anything like that. I don't, like having a... I'm a firm believer you play the game you want to play, the way you want to do it. If you want... I don't care. It's none of my business. Seriously, it's not. Oh, wow, look at that. That was pretty close. 139. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. And look at that. We're getting a little bit of... we've got a bit of backlog in the... here, let's make some of you. There we go. Backlog in the fiber department. Let's put all this away. That goes there. Grubs. Oh, hey. Let's get this stuff in there, too. There we go. Okay, so. Yeah, I really am all over the place. What's new? Seriously, what's new about that? Nothing. Hey, we've got a few little plates too. We can upgrade that at least one wall with that. That's kind of nice. All right, let's just do this. We'll do a little organizing. That goes, no, that goes there. That goes there. This goes into the other bin. This goes, I don't know where we're gonna stick that. And yeah, we're starting to run out of little places we can stick stuff. All right, that's good. So. The big problem. Let's just go with the big problem. Let's just cut to the chase, okay? The decoys. There was a time when decoys were used quite extensively in the game. And what a decoy was a base that you placed out in the world somewhere, and you basically put your primary BCU there. And then it was just a little piece of crap base. And the BCU, I don't know if you've ever noticed, it has like an insane number of hit points. Yeah, 15,000, right? 15,000 hit points. And so people would put it out a little base with a piece, and it would end up being just like the BCU hanging in the air. Literally, that's what it would end up being. And it would be where it was sort of kind of an exploit. Basically, the hunters will aggro, right, to your primary BCU. So you put the primary BCU out in the middle of nowhere or somewhere else, and then if you aggro the hunters, they just go in, they beat that BCU up, and leave yours alone. You don't get the power and mass advantage in this base, in your primary base, but at least you don't have to worry about hunters coming and bugging you all the time. There's probably more to it than that. There's actually, I'm sure, it's not a part of the game that I've explored. So, I'm not really, but I just remember that being an issue. And I think one of the ways that that was resolved was to build, basically to make the logic is that your biggest base is the one that gets attacked. Okay? So that's the key, the biggest base. Your primary base is your biggest base. If I build another base out there, it's the primary BCU, which means it generates power and mass automatically. It's still, when I aggro a hunter, even though they're way out there, they're going to come running over here when they want to do revenge, because this is the big base. And we don't want that. I mean, we can get away with it, probably, for a little while. Oh, let's see where the hunters are. Okay, up there, that's on the sort of that little thing on the, what is that, the north side of the lake. That's the one I think we saw off in the distance. Ah, down at the base of the... Look at how the light even reflects off the snow from the campfire. Isn't that amazing? That is just so cool. I love this. This map was such a good idea, the way he did it. And it looks like it's clear otherwise. I'm not seeing anything else, unless I'm missing something. So the base of the mountain, and on the top of the north side of the lake. And I'm not seeing anything else. All right, that's cool. So yeah, I believe it was to fix that. It was to prevent that from becoming an exploit, or however I don't know if it's an exploit. I think you're just using the game mechanic, right? Which, I mean, it's not an exploit. It's maybe not the way the game was intended, but I wouldn't call it an exploit. Maybe your exploit. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that discussion. That is a long discussion for another time. Let's do that and that and that, and then now we've got that divided into 2. Power is still good, but we still have mass. Let us continue making panels. There we go. Let's grab biofuel. 130. Wow, we're doing pretty good on biofuel. Nice. We're just going to fire this up because I am running triple lasers in the refinery, and that does draw a lot of power. So, okay, and we'll put that back. All right, let's take care of the plants. You know what? We've got some light happening. Let's just turn out these lights. All right, so you get the idea. You get the problem. The problem is that this base would be my primary, from a revenge point of view, regardless of what, regardless of the order of the PCU. You know, that's a problem. That's what that is. You know what? I'm gonna just fertilize and water everything. There we go. That is a problem. Do I need another one? What the hell? Why not? So, the one suggestion that I did get that was intriguing, I will say, was to basically save up the material, at least just save up materials, and build out that far base out of wood. Do it out of, just don't do this fancy schmancy crap, right? Just do a basic, do the layout, the base build, make a save up the materials, and build that up in one sort of like a building frenzy out of wood, right? And then when basically I can judge that it's bigger than this base, then physically, then basically do the BCU conversion at that time. It's an interesting idea, and I'm sort of seriously considering it. I'm not sure. I may not. You know how it is. It's like I got to think about these things for a little bit before I decide that that's what I want to do. By the way, I cooked pork the other day. I know that's very important. I thought you'd want to know. Okay, let's eat carrots. We need better eyesight. In what universe do carrots dehydrate you? Whatever. That's all right. That's all right. Okay. Them some dry carrots. All right, where am I here? Okay, let's put the ash away. I'm talking and I'm not thinking. I just realized that's probably generally true all the time. It's like, oh no, you never, you always talk and not think. Well, all right, maybe you got me there. I think, but I don't necessarily think well. I don't know. I'm just kidding. It's funny. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm putting away water. There we go. And I'll keep that one on me, and then we'll cook this water. And I think we're going to call it here. So, yeah, lots of good thoughts. And there's going to be more. I'm going to have to think about it a lot more. This is going to be a lot of planning. I mean, of course, we've got to finish this base off, too. But it's a good exercise. But I think what I am going to do is, yeah, these are the BCUs, by the way, right here. There it is right here. right? So it looks just like a regular BCU, except that I turned off show beacon. So if I turn show beacon on for this one, and I come over here, there's another BCU for this half of the base. Right here. And I turn the beacon on, or we could call it the bacon. If I turn the bacon on for that one, you will, and I come over here, you'll see, oh, good God, there's 3 beacons. 1, 2, 3, right? So there's 3 beacons here, and that just, it may not seem like it would be irritating, but it really is. You see that? It's kind of not really... You get the idea, though. And they kind of do this weird crossy over thing, and I don't know. So thank you, Cool Games, for making that an option. There we go. Let's turn that one off. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can build from any one of these BCUs. In fact, oh, we don't have the mass anyways. Yeah, let's not worry about it. We'll test that another time. You get the idea. So yeah. All right, I think this is a good place to stop. In the next one, we're going to try doing a bit of building. We're starting to build up a few little glass panels here. I think we can make maybe a couple more even, and then maybe we could even make some more periodic during the day. There we go, made a couple more. And so yeah, and we've got 2 in here, plus there's another 20 in here. We've got a bunch of wood that we can convert into boards, and maybe, well, I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, for now though, I think this is a good place to stop. Thank you very much, everyone. Until next time, you all have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.